Welcome back to Trauma Recovery Anonymous. My name is Richard and I am your host. No one likes me. Don't get caught up in the idea of whether people like you or dislike you. We are all unique human beings. No two are the exact same. Hold up your thumb for one moment and look at your thumbprint. Do you know there's no one on this planet with that same thumbprint? Not your parents, not your siblings, not your soulmate, not your best friend, not your own children or grandchildren. You are a unique human being. You are created for a reason. There's reason and purpose for you being on this earth. The world would be a far sadder place if you weren't here than you being here. You are created for meaning, for purpose. There's reason for you being alive. And don't worry about people not liking you. You may not have found your tribe yet. It may be that your family of origin aren't your tribe. Your family of origin might be all outgoing, sports, enthusiasts, success-driven. And you might be a nerd, you might be a geek, you might be a computer nerd, you might be a bookworm. And they're all into sports and activities and success and networking and meeting people and having great old activities. And you're happy to sit in your room in a book, all to yourself, quiet and a loner. You're just not in your tribe. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just not in your tribe. Your family, all together, get on perfect, and you stick out like a sore thumb. But if you were in a company of nerds, your family would stick out like a sore thumb. So understand, you're not a problem. You're not a mistake. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just not in your tribe. And so through school, you'll find when you're in school, especially if you're a nerd or a geek or a bookworm, you won't fit in. Everyone's into jocks and sports and activities and all this and being a part of, and you find yourself alienating and pulling away. Don't think that you're broken or you're less than or there's something wrong with you or you're inferior. You're just not in your tribe. Many children go through school up to high school where they're not in their tribe. But then finally they leave school and they go off and they get a job somewhere, and in finding that job they find a job that suits them, and through that they meet people like them. And suddenly they find that they find their tribe and everything makes sense. They look at their family of origin, they realize they never fitted in, but that's okay. They allow to live and let live. You allow your family to be who they are, and maybe you don't spend much time with your family of origin. That's okay. Maybe they don't want to spend too much time with you because they don't get you. That's okay too. But you find your tribe, and when you find your tribe, you'll find your meaning and purpose. So maybe you're a computer geek, maybe you're a gamer, and maybe all your family, your siblings, your parents wouldn't go near your computer if they paid you. They're not members of Facebook or any other social media platform. They're big into having parties and chatting and meeting and doing exercise and outdoors. And you're so alien to that, you feel as though there must be something very wrong with you. How is it that all my family are into this? I must have been adopted or switched at birth. And the truth just is that you're different. Not different in a bad way. You're just different. Where your family are into outdoors, you're not. You're a bookworm. You're like a Albert Einstein. Your family are all fantastic, outgoing, but you've got a brain to create, to build the next San Francisco Bridge, to design a cure for cancer or AIDS. You've got that kind of brain that can achieve greatness, where everyone else is just great at doing the fumbling, the mechanical, the labor work. You've got a brain capable of moving mountains, and you're just not in the right tribe. But you find the right tribe, you'll fit right in. So don't think that you're different because people don't like you. You're just in the wrong tribe. When you find your tribe, you'll know. It'll be amazing. So maybe you go through high school and you leave high school and you go off and you get a job somewhere. It's in a computer company. And you join the computer company, you're put into a special department for the geeks. And you walk in, you got 8 colleagues in the office. And you walk in and suddenly, just being in the company, you know you're home. They think like you, they dress like you, they act like you, they behave like you, the same mannerisms, and you'll feel so safe. And you say to one of them, I need to find somewhere to stay. And they say, we've got a spare room in our place. You come out and see the landlord and you can get a room in our place. And suddenly you're in a house with 8 other geeks who are exactly like you, the same mannerisms, same behaviors. And it's like, oh my God, I've come home, I've found my place. And you may never want to leave that place. You may be offered other jobs in the future with more money to move. But you're thinking, I found my tribe, I'm not moving. And it's perfectly okay to stay where you are if you've found your place. Your place might be in the most inane space in the world that no one else would touch, but it's your space, it's your tribe. And if you find that's your space and your tribe, you go there and you stay there and you have your life. And you try to be the best version of who you are in that space. If it turns out you've got the courage to go somewhere else and try and bring your innate outlook on life to other areas, do that. But if you want to stay in your safe zone and you found your tribe, you stay there. And if you never connect with your family again, except superficially, you meet them on Christmas and on special occasions at funerals and weddings, that's okay too. They're as probably as happy not to see you or have to interact with you as you are not to see them or interact with them. They can be themselves and you can be you, and they can have a relationship with you over the phone or long distance or by letters, and you can write letters to one another. It's okay to be you. You have to get this into your brain that you were created for a reason. You were created in the image of God. Your thumbprint is unique to you. No one else in this world has that thumbprint. Therefore, there's no one else in this world quite like you. So you're going to have to find a tribe of people who are similar to you that you can be comfortable with. And there may be a slog. You might have to go through, not just through high school, but through your first 4 or 5 jobs until you come across a job where you meet people like you. You may find when you come out of high school and you get a job, and the job you're in is again, it's more of the same people. You're wondering what's happening. Well, this is God preparing you for handling the challenges of life. He's putting you in this hot spot where you have to deal with robust, loud, awkward, belligerent, offensive, rude people, so you learn to have a thicker skin. And then one day you walk around the corner and you walk into your crowd. And then because you've had the experience of living with people who are loud and rude and obnoxious, you're able to defend and protect those in your tribe when you meet others like that. You know how to deflect from their anger and to push it away. And that becomes your superpower amongst all your nerds and geeks. They look up to you as being someone who's like the armor in the group. So understand where you are now, you're there for a reason. You're there to learn how to cope with people like the people that are around you. And as you learn to cope with them and deal with them and learn to turn the other cheek and to walk away and not pick a fight, and you learn about turn the other cheek, you grow stronger. And then when you join your own company of your own tribe and you fit in perfectly, and you're going to meet strangers on the way, you'll know how to deal with them. Because of living with your family and growing up in your community and going to high school in your high school and having that first job with these obnoxious people, you now know how to deal with these people going forward. On the same coin, you might be an outgoing sports enthusiast, and your family are a whole family of nerds. And you want to play sports and you want to go to football matches and all the rest, and your family want to just sit watching TV and playing computers, and you feel as though you were adopted and something wrong with you. But the same token, you stay in that family until you get to move out, and finally you find a job where you meet other people who are into sports, and you join sports clubs and sports teams, and you do all this kind of stuff, and suddenly you go on to be famous and have a life beyond your wildest dreams. I saw a TikTok last night about a guy appeared, and he said that his parents, all his brothers and sisters, 7 brothers and sisters, are all doctors, and they're all doctors and solicitors. And his parents want him to be a doctor too, and he wanted to be a musician. And the parents frowned upon this, and the whole family frowned upon it. He was letting himself down. And here he was, a famous musician, a multi-millionaire, and he's there on the stage nearly laughing at the fact that you thought I wouldn't make it, and I've done better than my brothers and sisters. And it was almost like a triumphant fist in the air saying, this is my path, and I'm going to walk my path. I'm not going to be embarrassed or ashamed of my path. Maybe I don't fit in with all of you. That's okay. I will find my path. There's a tribe out there. God created a tribe for me, and I will find that tribe. So don't be afraid to look for your tribe. Don't be anxious or concerned if people don't like you. You're just not in your right space. You're not in their tribe. They're not your tribe. They're not comfortable around you as much as you're not comfortable around them. And you get to walk away and find your own tribe. So know that your family of origin may not be your tribe. Your classmates in the high school may not be your tribe. Your first job may not be your tribe. But never stop looking for your tribe. Join societies. Join social groups. Networking. Do whatever you have to do to find your tribe. Because when you find it, everything will make sense. Now you'll know where your meaning and purpose are when you find your tribe.